Hi, my wonderful students. I'm so excited to be back with you for our Wit and Wisdom recorded videos. Today we will be starting on lesson 28. Unfortunately, we will not be finishing lesson 28 until Monday because tomorrow we will do our review for our test on Friday. So it's very important, boys and girls, that you are present here on Thursday and Friday because we will be doing our review and tests. But today we're focusing on lesson 28 for Wit and Wisdom, and we're going to be working on something fun in our recorded video and then something even better in our live lesson. So let's get started. So our objective for this lesson is that the student will be able to describe the structure of the text by identifying seasons based on illustrations and words. So we're going to be looking at the illustrations of the text one more time, and we're going to be identifying the structure of the text by looking at those illustrations. So what are we going to be discussing? We're going to be discussing about the seasons. It's 4 divisions of the year. We all know that it's spring, summer, fall, and winter. We're going to make some inferences. It's like to make a decision based on evidence. So we're going to make that. And we're going to be looking at evidence that's information that shows proof. We're also going to be looking at some keywords, some important words in our book that helped us, understand the illustrations better. So how are we going to do that? First we're going to be looking at the illustrations of the book, and then by looking at that, we will create our illustrations. Then we're going to identify keywords that describe each season. And then, of course, we're going to identify change in the seasons. Why is it important? It's important to make connections to help us understand unfamiliar things. So that is something that we're going to be discussing throughout this lesson so that we can understand the text even better than what we already do. So let's go into the next part. The next part is one of my favorite parts of the lesson, that it's where we're going to illustrate. So we're going to become illustrators. So at this time, boys and girls, I'm going to give you 30 minutes to get handout 28A, handout 28A, and it's the season trees. That's what it's called. So handout 28A. So let me show you with my dot camera how that one is shown. So give me 1 second. So here is handout 28A. Remember, when we have that handout, we write our name, date, and our goal. So don't forget to do that, idea 56 and 57. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds to get your blue workbook out and to write your name, date, and goal. Go. Five seconds. Awesome. So I know that you guys already have your assignment out, handout 28A, and we are really ready to be illustrators. So in our directions, it says, using details from Skytree and from the Skytree timeline, illustrate one of the trees and add details from the text. So listen to that clue word. Illustrate one of the trees. That means you only do one. You do not need to do all of them. But here's the deal. I am going to give you plenty of time. I'm still saying, so that you can do that illustration. I will also give you the opportunity that if you have crayons or anything so that you can color, you will be able to use them. So if you don't have them, it's okay as well. Do not worry or stress about it. Just make sure that you are only illustrating one of the trees. Now, here's the thing. Another instruction is that I am going to go tree by tree. You are going to decide on which one you want to do. Okay, so while I'm going tree by tree and reading the key details from that tree, you will then decide which tree you're going to do. And then at the end, I'm going to give you time. So listen to this again. First, I am going to go with the book and read each of the trees, the details from those trees, okay? Then you're going to choose a tree. That's the second part that you're going to do. So first you listen to the details. Second, you are going to choose the tree. Third, you're going to illustrate on that tree the key details that you guys got, okay? And fourth, I'm going to give you time to illustrate it, okay? So at this time, we're going to be getting ready to listen to those important details, okay? So I'm going to start with the summer tree. So remember, you're listening to those details. Once a tree stood alone on a hill by the river. Through the long days, its leaves fluttered in the soft summer breeze. Look at the details from the illustration so that you can have a picture of what your tree can look like if you choose summer. So now I'm going to go into the next tree. Spring tree. So let me go to the spring tree. Spring tree's over here in the back. The smell of wet earth filled the air. Squirrels raced through the fresh grass and up the tree. Snap rose to the tree's tight buds. So here in the spring, the tree is, opening up. Those buds are opening up. The old snapper crawled out of the mud to lay her eggs on the warm hillside. The tree leaves uncurled in the spring sunlight, and the birds returned to build nests for their young. So look at those details. What is going on the spring? The leaves are uncurling, right? In the summer, the leaves are fluttering. In the spring, the leaves are uncurling. So you want to show, those little small leaves uncurling. Now we're going to go to the autumn tree. Autumn came. The leaves of the tree turned gold, orange, and red. Squirrels hurried to store nuts and acorns. And look at those details, how the tree looks in autumn. And the very last tree that you have the opportunity to choose, that is the winter tree. So let's go to the winter tree. Let's see what it says. Snows fell. Snugged in their nest, a family of squirrels huddled close through the cold winter days. Now look at the snow tree. How does it look? Okay. So now I'm going to give you 30 seconds to gather those details and decide on what tree to choose. Now remember, you can also use handout 27A, and I'm going to put it here so you can know. You can use handout 27A. You can use that handout to give you some details, or more details, not some, but more details about each of the trees. 30 seconds, choose one tree. Remember how many trees? Get ready. One tree. So you're choosing one tree. 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So now that you chose your tree, it's time to become an illustrator. So the first step we already did. The first step is when I was going to go tree by tree, reading those details. The second one, you were going to choose a tree. You already did that. Yay! And the third step is going to be where you are going to illustrate your tree. Fourth step, I'm going to give you time for that. So, boys and girls, you will have 4 minutes. How many minutes? Get ready. 4 minutes to do that illustration of your tree. Remember, you can either choose the summer tree, the spring tree, the autumn tree, or the winter tree. 4 minutes and go. 4 minutes. Remember, boys and girls, you can add colors. So if you're choosing the autumn tree and you have some colors, you can put the leaves orange, you can put them brown, red. If you're choosing the summer tree, you can put those leaves, that tree full of leaves, you know, big and strong summer tree. If you're using the spring tree, you can put them yellowish green, because the leaves are barely uncurling, so they're barely coming out. And if you're using the winter tree, you can put, you know, that dark sky with a little bit of snow if you would like, because in the winter tree there are snow leaves. So I'm sure that you're super excited and you want to continue illustrating your awesome tree. So here is the deal that you guys, or the deal I want to do with you guys. Let me finish what I need to do for the recorded video. You are going to have time afterwards, like around, I would say 10 minutes, to continue with your illustration of your tree. And then we will see you in the live at 9, okay? So let me just finish real quick. I'm going to read some important things, discuss some things with you, and then you guys can continue being awesome illustrators. Okay, boys and girls, so I do want to remind you about the focusing question task. Our focusing question task is, how does Skytree show the cycle of seasons? You have to keep that in mind. How does it show the cycle of seasons, okay? The next one is our content framing question for today, and that is, what does a deeper exploration of the seasons revealed about Skytree? So that is, we already started looking into that deeper exploration, right? We went tree by, season on each of the trees, and we illustrated that one tree that we wanted to do. So that's already going deeper. But then on our live, we're going to go even deeper, and then on Monday we're just going to finish up, and we're going to reveal more stuff about the seasons, and that will help us answer our focusing question test. So on this one, I want you to think what you already know about the seasons in Skytree. So think about this information. What do you already know about the seasons in Skytree? Think. And 10 seconds to think. What do you already know? I already know that the seasons go in a cycle. What do you mean? We started with the summer tree, then it went to autumn, then it went to winter, then spring, and then the book ended in summer tree again. So it's showing us that cycle that we see year after year, right? And it's very important. We already know that. We also know that there are 4 seasons in an year. 4 seasons in a year, right? We also know that Skytree shows us how a tree actually looks season by season. It shows us the change of the tree and how it looks different on, a summer tree, that it's fully strong and fully green, dark green leaves full of chlorophyll, and then the winter tree that it's just the branches, and it's resting. So we know that already about the seasons in the book Skytree. So we know that. And I'm just talking about it again so that you can refresh your memory for today's lesson in our life. So that's it for the video, boys and girls. The next part will be our live class time. And yes, it was 20 minutes long, so you will have those 10 minutes before class to finish your illustration of your tree. Remember, boys and girls, think of that last piece of information that I gave you about what you already know about Skytree, because we are going to use it to make the connections with the keywords and the illustrations and all that information in our live class. Have a wonderful live class with your teacher, boys and girls, and thank you for being wonderful students. Bye.